Hello everyone. After discussion about single dimensional array, now let us try to move on to multi-dimensional array. What do you mean by multi-dimensional array? Means a array with two subscript. An array with two subscript is called as multi-dimensional array. You just check it out. This is two subscript I have written. This is one is for number of rows and one more is for number of columns. And this is the syntax for working with how do we create an array? How do we create an array of two subscript, right? So this is how we create an array of two subscript. Data type array name with two subscript is equal to new data type, row size and column size. So for an example, I have written integer a of two subscript is equal to new int of 3 and 3. For that, I have represented in a diagrammatical representation how the memory is created in heap area. As you know that this air is a reference variable which is there in stack area, and this entire memories are created in heap area. Fine. So these memories are created in heap area with the memory location something like this. Let us try to write. Sir, if I write something like this, what will happen? If I write in this way, this is what 0. And this is the first index location, and this one is my second index location, right? So whenever we create 3 into 3 arrays, 3 rows and 3 columns. So when I talk about two-dimensional array, it is always a combination of one-dimensional array only. In a memory, it is always created in a fashion of one-dimensional array only. One-dimensional array holding an address of another one-dimensional array is the concept of two-dimensional array. Sir, how do we have written? I'll show you programmatically also whatever we have discussed, the same thing I'll try to represent. Sir, if I want to access an 0th row, 0th column index position value, so I'll use to write a coding called array of 0, 0. Am I right? If I write array of 0, 0, the initial value will be 0. If I write array of 0, 0, the initial value will be 0. What if I write a of 0? You can see in a diagram, if I write a of 0, the value should be OXF1. Yes or no? Because array of 0 is holding address of one more dimensional array which is created in a heap area. I said, when I talk about two-dimensional array is always a combination of single dimensional arrays. So that's the reason when I write array of 0, it always holds the address of OXF1. Fine. Now let us consider, sir, I want to print a now. If I print the reference variable as a, as you know that it is AX OXF0, right? OXF0. OXF1 is an address for this array of 0. OXF22 is an address of this. A of 2 will be the address of OXF3. If I print A, the print A is an address of what? A always holds what? A always hold the address of one dimensional array. And A of 0 will hold address of one more dimensional array. A of 1 will hold address of one more dimensional array. A of 2 will also hold address of one more dimensional array. So two-dimensional array is always a combination of one-dimensional array which is created in a memory, right? So this is what the diagrammatical representation for working with multi-dimensional array. Let us see with programmatically how do we can work with multi-dimensional array. Already we have seen the syntax. This is the way we create an multi-dimensional array. Now I'll try to store the value onto it. At the same time, we'll find sum of all the elements of multi-dimensional array also, as we have done with single dimensional array. So let me try to show you first all the things which I said you now. So already the class has been created. That's public class multi-dimensional array demo 1. Public static void main string args. Now I'll try to create an array now. That is integer a is equals to new int of 3, 3. I'll take the same size which I have taken as an example. Okay. I said system.out.println of First, let me try to print the value of a. When I said you to print the value of a, I said what it will print? It will print the address of first dimensional array. Then let me print a of 0 now. As we can see in a diagram, when I say a of 0, it should print the address. This is not the same address which we'll use, but it give address. When I say a of 0 will also give the address. A of 1 will also give the address. A of 2 will also give the address. So let me try to check it out whether it is giving all the addresses or not. I'll just continue with the code saying that this is A of 1 and this is A of 2. Fine, first I'm printing all the addresses. Let us check it out whether it is working or not. Then I'll just move ahead with the next transactions. First, let me try to see whether whatever we have explained, is my program is working according to that or not. Okay, one more thing which you need to understand. When the first println statement is executing A, it is saying to subscript. What do you mean by to subscript? Two-dimensional array address it is holding. I indicates what? Integer array we have created. Two-dimensional says that A is a reference variable which is holding address of two-dimensional array of which type? Integer type at this address. This is the address. Sir, A of 0. If you can see in a diagram, A is an address which holds two-dimensional array address. This is one dimension and this one dimension. That's the reason two subscripts are printing. Coming to A of 0, A of 0 is holding address of only one dimensional array. This is only one dimensional array. So that one subscript, I indicates it is an integer array with some address. At the same time, if I am printing A of 1, it is also printing one subscript integer of one some address. And this is also same, that is one subscript single dimensional array I at this address. I hope it is clear for you. How do we deal with this multi-dimensional array? Yes or no? So this is how A prints multi-dimensional array with integer with some address. A of 0 single dimensional with some address. Likewise for all the three. Fine. Let us try to proceed with the things. So let me try to find the length of array now. I want to know how many rows and how many columns are created. So I'll write A dot length. I already said we have a property called as A dot length property, by using which I can know dynamically the length of array. Now just printing this A dot length means what? What it prints? This is A length. This length it prints. How many? 3. A of 0 dot length means how many columns are created? That is 3 columns are created. For that, it will give the address as 3. Let us try to execute the code and just check it out whether it is working according to my expectation or not. This is all fine for you. Already we have discussed about these things, how the addresses are printing and all. Yes or no? How the addresses are printing all we have already seen down. Now we check it out. For the given program, when I'm printing an address, when I'm printing an address, sorry, A dot length is 3. A of 0 dot length is also 3. This is how it prints. Okay. Let us try to proceed with the same code. Let us try to proceed and just check it out. How does it work now? I said, let us try to check it out the by default values which are stored. System.out.println of A of 0 and 0. Yes or no? A of 0 and 0. Let us try to check it out. What will be the output for A of 0 and 0? If I am printing the address of A of 0, 0, it should be 0. That's what I said. Let us try to run the application and just check it out. What will be the output for an application? It should be multi-dimensional array, single dimensional, single dimensional, single dimensional. 3 is A of A dot length. A of 0 dot length is 3. Then A of 0, 0, 0 return value is 0. Now I don't want default values, as all of you know that. I want what? I want to insert the values onto an array. So let me try to take scanner class. Scan is equals to new scanner of system.in. Just I have insert. Just wanted to insert a value onto this. So this is there in scanner class. So let me try to import java.util.scanner class. I imported onto an application. Just check it out. I imported that package onto program. Now, after doing this, I'll just say that system.out.println, enter the value of, enter the array elements. Okay, I'm just entering the array elements. Okay, as all of you know that I required for number of rows, I required one thing, and for even for columns, I required one more for loop. So I have taken for I is equals to 0, I less than A dot length, I plus plus. Then I'll write for integer j is equals to 0, integer j is equals to 0, j less than a of I dot length, it gives the column size for me now, that is a dot length j plus plus. Fine. Sir, let me try to write a of I and j is equals to scan dot next int. Hope you understood. On the first pass, how does it works? Sir, first I will be 0, j will be 0. On 0, 0, first value I am reading and storing. On the first value of a of 0, 0, I am reading and storing. Next time j will be incremented. Now j becomes 1. I will be 0, 0, 1. I'm just storing the values onto it. Just it is doing like this. I'll just comment it so that you will understand. A of 0, 0, whatever the value you are giving, that will be stored. Let us consider I have given 10 as an input value. It will be stored onto this location. Next time a of 0 will be there and 1 on the first location. It will store the next value, that is 20 will be stored onto this. Next time array of 0, comma 2 onto this, it will store the value as 30. And next time, whenever the loop repeats, my I value will be incremented so that a of 1, 0, j will be started with 0. So it takes the initial value, whatever the value we are giving, let us say I have given it as 30. Then array of 1 and 1, a j value has incremented. So next value will be 40. Next, a of 1, 2, that is first row and second column value, which I am giving it as 50. This is the value I have given. Next, a of I value is incremented 2 and j value will be 0. And it goes up to, I'll give again it as 30. Whatever the value which you wanted to give, you can give it out. 2 of 1, I'm just giving the next value as again 10. And array of second row, second column value should be, I'm just giving it as 50 now. It depends on you, whatever the value which you wanted to give. I have given the value as 50. Fine for me. So this is how my loop works. When the I value reaches to 3, 3 less than 3 is false, so that it is coming out of the for loop, out from the outer for loop. Inner for loop will be executed whenever j reaches to 3, it goes to outer for loop. That is what the done. Now let me try to print the values. That is what system dot out dot println of system dot print out dot println of array elements are. Array elements are. Let me try to print. I'll just do copy and paste of this code which we have written because I don't want to type it again. I'll just do copy and paste and just print the values as. There I use scanf, scanner class. Here I'll write a of I and j. That's it. Fine. Yeah. Sir, I want to take print statement itself. So I'll take it as print because I want everything should be in a single row. So that I'll take it as I'll just give one space. Fine. So this is what I'm doing. Let me create a block for it. And this also, this will terminate with the first block. Then after printing the set of statements, I'll just write system.out.println. So nothing will happen even if I do with the previous code also. The point is I want to print it as all the elements in first row, all the 3 elements, then go for println. That's the reason I have done this kind of coding. Otherwise, what will happen? It will print every input value will be printed on next line. So how will be the output if I print like this? It will be 10, 20, and the value which I have given it as 30. And then the next line, 10, 20, 30. In the next line, it will be 30, 40, and 50. On the next line, it will be 30, 10, and 50. This is how it going to print. Okay. So let us try to check it out. System.out.println. Let me close this. Fine. Okay. Let me try to run the application. It is last for me to give the input. Let me run the code. Previous output already you know that how the previous output has worked. What is that error message? Multi-dimensional array demo 1.java. Okay, let us try to run the application. One braces was extra. That's the reason it is giving that error message. Enter the array elements. 10, 20, 30, fine, 30, 40, 50, 30, 10, and 50. You just check it out. Array elements, it has displayed on the same fashion which I say 10, 20, 30, 30, 40, 50, and 30, 10, 50. This is how your code going to work, right? And hope you understood. Sir, if I want to go for sum of all the array elements, what I'm supposed to do? That is your task now. Because already in the last example, I said what you are supposed to do for finding the sum of array elements. You just try to check it out, that logic, and try to find sum of all the array elements on multi-dimensional array. How do? You just take one variable as integer sum, and on that, you should run the inner loop whenever you're printing. Whenever you're printing, you should do sum is equal to sum plus array of I comma j. After printing everything, after this is done, after the for loop, you just print system.out.println of sum. That is your sum of all the array elements. I hope you enjoyed this multi-dimensional array. This is how your multi-dimensional array works with all the modifications I said, how to do it and all. Your task is to find sum of all the elements, that is 10 plus 20 plus 30. Then again, whatever the resultant value you're getting, then again plus 30 plus 40 plus 50. Then again, whatever the result you are getting, again you should do 30 plus 10 plus 50. That is your sum of all the elements. Okay. Thank you. If you have any doubts regarding the application, you can just comment me. I'll try to explain the things in detail in the next video. Thank you.